Hello, lovely Hallmark of Greatness enjoyer. Mark here. I just want to take a moment of your time to talk to you about something fun that me and my 100 Things We Learned from Film podcast co-host are doing. Last year we were gutted to hear about the passing of regular 100 Things listener and all-round lovely young man, James Allen, at only 37 years old. Earlier in 2024, James had been diagnosed with incurable bowel cancer, and in that time, Teesside Hospice provided James and his family with excellent palliative care. We wanted to support Teesside Hospice by raising some much-needed funds to continue helping enrich the lives of those with cancer in Teesside. So in a bid to raise some much-needed money for the fantastic charity, on Saturday, May the 3rd, John and I are walking the Ullswater Way and Dalmain Loop in the Lake District. That's 25 miles, or 6.5 lengths of Tarrant-sea, to keep it relevant to the podcast that you're listening to. We know times are tough at the moment, but would love if you could sponsor us with anything that you can spare. Or perhaps you know a builder or joiner that got rich taking money off Lime Productions whilst not finishing the work. I mean, send them our links, please. It's 100 Things We Learned from Film.co.uk or justgiving.com/page/100 Things Pod. Also in the show notes, Isn't It Joe? So please, give anything that you can. If you don't, we might send Ray round to drink all your booze and knock up a really shit wall. Anyway, on with what you're here for.
The following podcast may contain strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Hallmark Greatness Pod-Castaway, the show that lets the puppies poo wherever they like. I'm Joe, and with me as always, chopping into his bread with an angle grinder, it's James. Granary Baps, that would have been fun.
Granary Baps. Yeah, this episode's sponsored by Granary Baps still.
Again.
They've never dropped it.
And decapitating Mr. Twit to do one sex on him, it's Planty.
Man, I wish I had some custard in my beard right now, and that would just help me get through this.
Oh, God. I said that when we first saw him. I was like, that beard's full of stuff. Sardines and all kinds of gross old man
Sardines!
If you want to keep up to date with all the Hallmark Greatness gossip, you can find us on Blue Sky, Instagram, and Facebook at Hallmark of Greatness. I forgot what I've written there. Or if you like smashing tins of paint with a hammer, email us at hallmarkofgreatness@gmail.com. We are
That
still
happened in this.
Yeah,
this
man.
is a strange haunted
because we're told. Yeah, because we're told
it's like
it
Dark
happened.
Towers. This episode.
It's the one with the saboteur.
It's possibly the second one with the saboteur. We don't know. Who collapsed the bridge?
No, come on, that was just shoddy workmanship.
No, I reckon it was the bridge over the river over the culvert Kwai. And, yes, we are on episode 8 of Castaway 2000, the BBC commissioned Lion TV. People living on a remote Scottish island with no contact with the outside world for a year to see how they get on.
It's where
All
the
of
phrase
that
"fed
is
to
a
the
lie.
lions" comes from. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a massive lie.
Yeah, it's a massive lie because everyone's cheating.
Yeah.
But we ended the last one with Ray, our favourite drunk bricklayer / Lord of the Rings cosplayer, Ray, locking himself in his room, refusing to come out and saying that he wanted to go home, which is pretty much me at house parties.
I've said this, though. There's lots of people threatening to leave at this point. If you cast your minds back to the episode before last, we had a gentleman's agreement between ourselves about who would leave first. It's still not certain to be Ray. They're dangling that possibility above us, but we've also got Dr. Roger and fam. Or will it be Ray the drunk? Or just Ron for no reason at all?
Yeah. I reckon Ron will go at some point as well. Just because.
There's all these people circling the drain.
But again, as soon as one goes, opens the floodgates for everyone else.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely.
It's the same
House
as
of Cards.
Checkmate. It's that tempting fortune thing where one person does it, everyone else sees it's okay, and then it just gets spiraling. I reckon it's just going to be like the lads. It's just going to be Ben and what's he called? The Scouse lad, Trev,
Mike,
Mike, Toby, the girls,
all the cool kids. And it'll be great. Because they'll just get on with stuff, right? And they won't have all the old people whinging about. Yeah. And they can listen to as much skiffle as they want.
They certainly can.
That left an impression on you, didn't it?
It did. It's only because I listened to one of our old episodes, and you were going on about skiffle then as well. And I was just like, James likes.
It's a subject close to my heart.
Big Lonnie Donegan fan.
We had done a cliffhanger last time with Ray taking himself off from the group like an animal that knows it's about to die. Now, everyone wants to know why he wants to leave, or indeed why he hasn't already left.
We get a reminder, don't we, of his greatest hits here. This is where it's kind of all the best scenes of Ray, all the stuff.
Like he died, and this was his bit at the Oscars.
Yeah, like he hasn't been farinaed.
What is his best bits?
It's
that bit where he goes on about the Russians being our friends.
It's him.
The one where he calls people Earthlings.
Porrig, there's that bit.
One where he tries to twat Porrig. Him, would you let young ones put posts in the ground? And he walks off.
Yeah, that bit was one.
And it's basically just him outside walking away from the camera a lot because he does bits and then he walks off, which I'm fine with because And also he really hates what's she called, the woman, the recording woman.
Oh, Tanya.
Oh yeah, Tammy. Is it
Tanya?
Tanya?
Tanya.
The other
Tanya.
Lofty's daughter. Tanya Wiseman. Yeah.
Tanya Wiseman. Yeah. He seems to really hate her. Because her job is to film everything,
and he doesn't think that's a job.
He doesn't think that's a job. Earthlings.
So he's sat out on some bench or something, looking out to sea. It looks brilliant there. I'd love to have a can and just sit out.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
Which is
put some Aswan on.
Which is assuming that's all he's done, really. But Ray says, I'm not going today. Weather's too nice, and we've got about 4 tea bags left, so I'm staying. And Ben says, you're staying? And he just goes, no.
Yeah. And I've got to be honest, this episode, for the most part, wound me up because it was just this. It was, I'm going, I'm staying, I'm going. You can film me, you can't film me. And I've got to be honest, I've had enough of him. I've had enough. Yeah. I hope he does go.
It feels very much like he saw Ron get the attention, and then he went, I want a bit of that. Then innit? I need to be the man. I've had too much of Ben getting all the focus on this. I want a bit of Ray time.
No one's sending me any letters.
No. What are you going to send you? Dear horrible Santa, please don't come to my house this Christmas.
Please don't build a bridge outside my house this Christmas.
We get a little bit of a difference from Ray. It is a very Ray-centric episode, so strap in for that. But we also get the Bay of Pigs.
Oh,
my God! And what's he called? Is it like I can't remember the guy's name.
Pat.
Pat?
Pat creates this pig moving machine. It's great.
It's shit.
Nobody does the job.
Not a machine. It's not a machine.
It's like 4 bits of corrugated iron they've put on like a sedan chair.
But it did the job, didn't it?
It took them half an hour to go like 10 meters.
Well, there is that. Yeah.
And I put, is Ray worth 7 pigs? I've got some questions about human trafficking.
I think that's a fair exchange. Yeah. The pigs can build a wall better than him. One of them built a house in that book.
Well, 3 of them did, but 2 of them were blown down.
One of them was made of bricks. That's the whole point of the bricks, wasn't it?
When he took up reading books a few episodes back, leathered.
And the bricks that the pig that built the house out of bricks built it out of loaves, rosemary or whatever.
Rosemary's loaves.
Yeah.
It's the Rosemary's Baby. That's it. With Ray sitting looking out over that beach, I would like better if he was just sat looking over his destroyed meat store, like memories.
The pigs look happy though. I've got to give them that when they get them. The pig, the mother pig's called Molly, by the way. Molly.
Lovely.
Is that from your book?
It's from the book. Yeah, it's from the book. Castaway, which I introduced in the last episode. Listen, if you weren't listening to that.
Oh, I'm going to have to find some good Jack and Nori style music in the background when you're reading out quotes from that.
Is there more from the book?
Oh, there's more from the book. Every episode, hopefully there'll be more from the book.
Yeah, you just got to read them in time with the episodes, isn't it?
Should be all right.
But yeah, they've got these pigs. They've built a pig containment unit. They've got little pig houses in there.
Pig containment unit. I hope the mayor isn't coming over. Too.
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick. No, they've built like a field, and they've got like 2 little houses for them, like little Anderson shelters they've built in the.
They do. Yeah. Just in case the bombs start to fall. Because obviously, is it Liz or Julie's a Russian now?
Well,
with a big hat.
It's all turning into Animal Farm.
By the end of this, like Ray's he's borrowed Doctor Who's Kim's coat and he's got a Russian hat on as well. Like,
there should be a submarine in the distance ready to take him away, shouldn't there?
He's dressed like Dr. Zhivago.
He's the least Dr. Zhivago character I've ever
I was going to
seen.
say, he looks more like Mr. Burns when he goes to his old college games. He's got that huge fur coat on and a massive beaver hat.
Very much so.
We get Ray at this point dividing up his estate, which I took full attention of. I dedicated all my attention to this. Mike gets a United poster and a cupboard, ? It's probably just full of empty cans of Tennants and heavily Fox pornography. We get
It took me a
Jolene
second
the
to
Mirror.
realise what you said there. I thought you said Fox pornography. And I don't like that. What does the Fox say?
We get something. Jolene the Mirror, he says. Has he named his mirror Jolene?
I don't know. Unless there's someone we haven't met who's called Jolene.
Unless it's going to Jolene. But yeah, I don't know.
Also, he's brought a shitty Man United poster with him.
I guess he could put all sorts of shit in that box, couldn't he? It was quite a big box.
It's nice, but it's also kind of tragic for a man of his age to put pictures of footballers on his wall. There's the man who's got pictures of wrestlers behind him, but shush.
Yeah, just hoping there's no pictures of footballers behind me. I think there might be.
I just found it weird. It looked like one of them cheap ones off the market, like a hologram one. But
like a metal one.
Yeah.
I just wish the community a good 10 months for what's left of the year. It's nearly April, Ray.
Yeah, but I think Ray's Rip Van Winkle because his beard's gone warm as well, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, he's gone full evil Santa.
So he doesn't go. He just shambles about shouting at people instead.
Yeah.
Putting the wind up people, says
Yeah, he's been told he's not going to get paid if he goes.
Well,
so this is why he's changed his mind, apparently.
Yeah, and then Tanya's like, I've spoken to Ray and he's withholding videotapes from me.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's on them? What's on these tapes?
Yes.
Oh no, it's just tapes of him doing stuff. It's not like blackmail. It's not like someone punching that
secret
guide or something.
The basement tapes from the Bothy or something.
It's the Zapruder film.
And so
it's not going to be anything good. No.
I think it's just he's just swiped them.
Yes.
I'm assuming they had an area where all the cameras and batteries and films, because everyone was encouraged to film each other and stuff, weren't they? So I reckon Ray's just gone into like the full tapes bin and just
that's exactly what he's done.
Put a load of them in his mouth and ran off.
Down his trousers.
You can have them, Ray. You can keep them.
It's not going to be he makes out like it's important testimony. Everything he's got to say is important, but actually it's not. It's all packaging. It's horrible packaging.
He's a pub terrier. He's the little man in the pub who tries too hard and thinks that shut up now. I'm not talking to you. That kind of stuff.
That's right.
Like, I'll fucking talk to you, Ray. I'll talk shit at you all day long. You weak-spined idiot.
Never let that go. Joe's locked onto a weakness.
I mean, I've got loads for Ray, man. And also the fact that he's a fucking snake.
Well, on that point, ghostly happenings in the night, horrible discoveries in the morning, strange occurrences.
Weird stuff. It was like Spring-Heel Jack had gone to town, say. Except no, someone has smashed a tin of paint with a hammer.
Yeah.
Right? Which is pretty. It must have been a very, very frustrated person to do that. I mean, I'd have done it for the laugh.
Yeah.
Smashing stuff with hammers is great. And also, someone's let all the pigs out of the pig containment area.
Yeah.
Which
actually they haven't, because all the pigs are like, I'm just
the pigs. It was raining, so the pigs have stayed inside.
They all just borrowed into one Anderson shelter for heat, I'm guessing. Right?
I mean, listen up, y'all. It's not much of sabotage.
I mean, no. I half expected to find Ray in the middle of the pigs.
Yeah, so did I. I honestly thought he'd be hiding in one of the little bladdered.
But one guy's like trying to test the gates as well. Look, these gates couldn't blow open, and he can't open the gate. Look, that's how good it is. If it blew open, it can only blow open that far anyway. And I'm like, we know it wasn't the wind. Like,
yes.
I, for one, am really glad that the pigs are all right, because obviously at some point you've got to eat pigs. And what do you want with pigs? But sauce, of course. So a little bit, of course, from the Castaway book. And this is on
children.
This is on Mike Laird, right? And it describes Mike Laird as survival enthusiast Mike Laird, which is news to me. The book
Didn't
says
survive in that shed very long, did he?
in an interview with him, after it. He says, from his diary, sorry. It was funny, he wrote, describing the ethics meeting the following Monday, to see people's reactions on the parcel issue. Part of the problem we have, many of the issues we discuss, is to do with the actual name Castaway. As Julia said, how many castaways have hydroelectric system and wind turbine? I did not come here to live someone else's dream. I came here to live mine. And I do not get it, then my year has been wasted. I shall go out and do the survival bit far less than most people here could ever have envisaged, and at a far tougher time of the year. After that, though, I'm quite happy to get whatever I want from the outside and enjoy it to the full. The long and the short of the meeting was that we'd get some small gifts from outside, so long as we do not specifically request and pay for them, and we must never solicit companies for freebies. This made me wince, as I already have, and everybody at the meeting gladly ate the proceeds. Mike's on-the-quiet solicitation was perhaps worthy of a bigger wince than he'd realised. Castaway turned sauce to spice up his life, a headline in the Stornoway Gazette was to read later that month. The limited food available on Taransay has prompted one of the castaways to write to a sauce company in England to help out. Scotsman Mike Laird sent a letter to Hot Heads Sauces, with a Z, by the way.
With
Hot
a Z,
Heads,
obviously with a Z.
based in Gloucester, begging them to send something to spice up their cuisine. Mike has been using the mail order service for the last 3 years. The company has duly responded by posting Mike a selection of hot sauces, salsas, mustards, and marinades.
What a scoop from
What a
Stornoway.
scoop!
Whose following
Stop
headline was Big Wave at Sea.
Stop the presses! That was come running in with that one, didn't it?
They couldn't believe that they got that after they got the Storm of the Decade only 3 weeks previous.
Wow. I mean, so like again, everyone's cheating. He's on about, I could have survived on now, and yet,
But I had to have some sauce.
2 months in, he's like, I need some Tabasco. I mean, I get it.
I've got to be honest, mate. Yeah, every meal's hot sauce for me. No wonder my guts were gone.
Yeah.
Just pack some hot sauce. Yeah,
You could have done. You could have packed some chili seeds.
Or has he exhausted that already?
Yeah.
Or has Ray drunk it? I don't know.
That's why he's so red all the time.
Yeah.
Not the chronic alcoholism.
It's sent him south of the border, Marge.
Only 3 alarms.
Are you going to jail, Daddy? Probably.
But, right, so again, everyone's on the bend then, isn't it? Also, I didn't know they could receive gifts. That seems... that seems a bit Hunger Gamesy, that. You know, like where they fly that medicine in on the little tracking beacon thing. Yeah.
It's no wonder people are going through the shipments that come in for illicit material.
Again, all that should have gone through like a customs check. Should have been some stern German-looking guy at the dock. Like... When they built the dock, when Ray builds a dock and it falls into the sea, and Mike has to put his wetsuit on to rescue them.
Well, me, credulous little me, as a 10-year-old watching this in the year 2000 in my sailor outfit and one of them big old lollipops.
And you built a really shit wall out of Duplo.
What a terrifying vision that is.
I would have assumed that all of this was happening because it's very cagey on the details of all of this. It never gets mentioned in any of this.
There's no way they're just giving them basic rations to live on.
No.
Apparently, I've read stuff about them just going over to the mainland to drink in a pub and stuff with islanders.
Yeah, there was bits of I think we said a couple of episodes ago, like they gave them credit cards. It was just like, just bring us stuff. Bags and booze and like crisps and that. All the work. Like I said, when that stuff arrived and there was just a bag of donuts in there, I'm like, why have you got donuts?
And Ben had a box that was just full of massive dairy milk bars. Didn't he?
The worst one.
Yeah. No, it's before the Americans took over though, so it was all right.
It's nice chocolate. Yeah. But yeah, donuts just go off in like a day, and they're crap anyway.
Agreed.
Yeah. Unless they're the seaside ones that are just grease and sugar.
Oh yes, please.
Yeah, because that's seaside. But yeah. Anyway,
Des wants to exile whoever's done weird stuff in the night.
Yeah, he
weird
says,
and perverse.
He says everybody's talking about it, and I've written, Des, the children, the puppy, everybody's talking about it.
Oh yeah, can we get more? Fogel's like, this has given us something to talk about because again, what have you done today? Dug a hole.
Yeah,
like pretty much day in day out. Your
got punched off Ray.
No, Ray's just stalking the island menacingly, isn't he? Because they show that clip of him coming up past that building in slow motion again. Like, we're coming to get you, Barbara.
He wants to smooth it all over, does Ben? He says, I'm sure it was just all an accident. Burying his head firmly in the sand. Toby blames it on the Taransay ghost. And that, I think, is more my approach to this. I would just be making shit up.
They ask Ray. And Ray
Yes.
says, on my mother's
Super
like
awkward
grave.
scene.
I was like, which one? Have you killed her? Yeah. He said, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I'm like, clearly fucking was you, though,
Yeah,
Ray,
of course
wasn't
it
it?
was.
The last of your emergency fly Uzo, right? You fucking came that. I'm like, paint and pigs. That's what I'm going for. He's going to do like a reverse carry.
A reverse carry. Yes, please.
He's going to paint the pigs red. Yeah. And it clearly...
Eric, I think that spells. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going. He sits outside for a bit, and he says, "There's a bit I overheard where he says, maybe I'll come back in the summer and stay in the bothy." And I'm like, "It's not fucking Butlins, Ray. Like, if you're gone, unless you're posh doctors who can come and go as they please, apparently, like, you can't come back. If you leave, and you forfeit everything."
It's touching that the bothy has left such a mark on him. He
was
clearly
happy-
had some spiritual experience.
Send him to go and live at the bothy then, like.
Yeah.
Because he liked it there. He had fun there. He was on his own.
It's like rehab.
Fishing, wanking over driftwood, right?
That is the Travis song I never heard.
It's the name of an episode.
Wasn't there a band
We
actually
won't lose
called
that,
Stornoway as well? I think actually, yeah.
There might be.
Yeah. But yeah, and then he right. This is where master tactician Ray's plan comes into play. He uses the satellite phone to phone the production company and says, "These are my demands."
You will agree to my conditions. Like he's got hostages.
It's like, you've got his three tapes and you having a shit.
Yeah, so his list of demands are: 1, to be off the island ASAP by boat or copter. 2, travel arrangements here to home. 3, end of the project fee, which I looked up was $4,000 for time wasted, but we'll come to some agreement about that. If conditions are met, he won't talk to the press, but will surrender the tapes. Bit of a pause on the phone. It is not blackmail.
It's not blackmail.
Bloody well sounds like it, pal.
It is blackmail, Ray, isn't it? If you've got a list of demands, it's either a blackmail or a hostage right now. I don't know the dictionary definitions between the two of them, but it's one of those two things.
Every single shot in this is either wet, smudged, steamed up. The whole thing looks atrocious. And I know it's kind of quote-unquote guerrilla filmmaking and that, but just have a rag. Have a rag. Well, no, but even before, in the last episode with Tanya, when Roger's when the doctor's talking, like Tanya's filming it, and it's just a blur. You can't see him. It's not a bad thing.
Again, they don't look like, from what I've seen, they don't look like they're high quality cameras. To be honest, they're not. You know,
no.
They have to,
but still,
so I'm assuming it's going from cold and wet environments to indoor warm environments, and it's just I
was perfectly willing to assume that it's Ron, and he's just doing it as an amateur.
He's probably just put it down and
makes it look gritty. No, it's fine. But I think it's it's all sort of like, it feels very much like this thing is falling apart now.
Yeah.
I mean, Ray's off the rails. He's gone. He's making threats.
Yeah.
I'll release the tapes. Oh yeah, well
he goes back to his hovel, which is lit by a single candle now, to wait a response from Lion TV.
He's given them till 4 p.m. to respond.
Yes,
but that's not soon enough for Ray.
Like, and there's a little bit later on. So maybe it is now, but there's a little bit where somebody says, "Well, you'd given them till 4 o'clock, haven't you?" Yeah. Well, it's like 1 o'clock now, or something like that. And
Dr. Rogers, like, you're starting to make me look good.
And I did note down, I
not
finally found a situation where I agree with Dr. Rog.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I do. He puts Ray well and truly in his place.
He's willing to take Ray's side. He's on the phone, on the satellite phone, which
like
shouldn't be used for this purpose.
Acting as as we find out that, it's also supposed to be used for emergencies, because
This is like the storming of the post office.
It's £2.50 a minute, for God's sake. Come on.
But no, and the doctor's acting as an intermediary because Ray's too furious or stupid. Or drunk, or all three. And so the doctor's like, "Well, you said you'd give them till 4, and it's only 1, Ray." And he's like, "Right, I'm going to phone the Daily Mirror." And he's like, No. You said, like, you can't go back on that. And then he goes, "Listen, Ray, man to man." And I was like,
Yeah.
He says, "No, you can't do that." And then Ray just goes, "Right." And the best bit was, "I'm putting Ray on now." And then he answered the
phone. Like that.
Oh,
like,
you'll know.
You notice
You'll
the
know
difference between silver spoon in the mouth and wooden spoon up the arse.
And was this the bit where he goes, "Yeah, Gross misconduct. Yeah, okay, goodbye.
Yeah.
And I thought, great, yes, because I know exactly what's been said at the other end of that phone.
Yeah, he's not getting pennies. No. Like,
I'm leaving the island even if I have to swim it, but I'll leave a letter to you all.
I thought
Hello,
he
is that the Daily
himself.
Mirror? Well, that's the implication of it. Hello, is that the Daily Mirror? Can you put me through to some wannabe news editor, please?
It's
Everything
Ray.
he says is
Off.
It's
quotable.
Ray off the island with the castaways. Yeah, great.
They've gone, who?
Yeah.
No, yeah. The guy that looks like angry corned beef that's been dropped on the floor. Oh, Ray, right, with you.
I've had a disagreement with Line TV. Breach a contract. They're holding me on this island by my will. Roger says.
Yeah, by my
Against
will.
my
Against
will.
my will.
Against my
It's
will.
great. It's so good.
Oh, and then he ends the phone call with, "I'm ready. Come and get me off."
Not what you think it means.
No,
Maybe
well,
it
that's-
is. Maybe
I
it
know
is.
that's £2.50 a minute. Yeah,
So he
and then
does some sort of backhand deal with them so that they'll come and get him.
Yeah, but then this fucking blows up in his face as well because it's the next storm of the century,
Again.
and he's got to sit there eating humble pie and like just walking around. Who is it? Is it Gwen? Who's just like he's just walking round and round. I find it very unnerving. I find it unsettling, and I think Tanya on the camera goes, "Why?" And he went, "Just weirds me out," and it is strange because he knows he's played his hand and he's fucked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna
He's
get
angry.
what £500 off the Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the fact,
I mean,
2 episodes ago, he was ready to kill them and hang them from the tree as a warning
Yes.
to other
Yes, he
journalists.
Yes.
so we've also got loads of VTs now from people saying how disappointed in him that everybody wants him to fuck off now. And in the morning, Ray is abducted by the press.
Podrick, Ray, you're not a bad man, but you're not good either, are you?
Yes, I liked that very much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's had his.
Oh
had it
yeah,
in
and
for
he's
him
just,
from day
but
one.
he's walking around in that brown, like sheepskin coat and a little Russian hat, and then they show him on rowing a boat out. They made him row while a man pushes. It's very surreal. And he gets on the boat, and then he
says
tries.
it's just like a spy story.
It's
well,
funny
sort
because
of.
he is dressed like somebody out of like Steve Buscemi out of Death of Stalin, isn't he?
Yeah.
Barishnikov.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He brought
All he
that
needs
big
is that
coat.
hat to complete it.
Yeah.
Julie's hat. Ben reckons that he's thrown himself to the shark. He only nearly fell in, though.
No,
and I
he
did have
said-
to look it up. You do get sharks around there.
You do,
apparently.
absolutely you do, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Think of all the fishing you'll miss, Ray.
Think of all the seagulls you could catch by mistake. we
Ray
get Trev
rips his
and
face
Mike.
off, and it's lofty all along.
Yeah. Trev and Mike and the rest are having a good laugh at him from the shore, and I thought
Yeah,
that was good.
I would.
It'll
I'd
bring
have
them
been
all
like,
together.
Yeah.
you would, wouldn't you? He'd appreciate that.
Spinning newspaper effect, everyone.
Yeah, boy. It's been a while since we had one.
News on the
I'll
match.
stay away. Castaway pledges a saved Ray turns into tearaway.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know
so
he,
I've got-
he tried to milk this for as much as he could.
Before I get into all of what happened next with Ray, do we have anything else as he's rowing his boat
Well,
away
we
into
have,
the heaving seas?
Tammy gets a phone call. Her mum's gone into hospital. She's not well. And we get Tammy
Yeah.
having a bit of a breakdown and being comforted by...
But you can't make any jokes about that because
No.
Well,
But that thing of, I know for a fact that people were allowed off to go and visit. Because I think
Right,
someone's-
okay.
That's weird.
I think someone dies and they go to the funeral and then come back. Which
Right,
I get,
okay.
but also, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not... I mean, no one's playing by the rules, are they, really?
He's supposed to be cast away.
But
Yeah.
Tammy's like, I wish I could go and see her, but Tammy's missed so much time sitting in that shining Toby Carvery with like.
Yeah.
So I like Tammy. She's getting on with it. Like she really was there day one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's playing by the rules. She's like, well, I can't go, even though it's my mum, who didn't look very ill when.
Oh no, she looked pretty frail to be honest when she was leaving.
But yeah. But that was the only other bit I can remember basically from it, and then it was the rest of it was just coming up next, and yeah.
Okay, so do we want to know what happens to
Oh,
Ray after this?
absolutely.
Yeah, I want to know what happened.
Okay.
God, I hope he dies in like a fucking weird sex accident.
The helicopter.
I've got two publications here. First one is
The 14 times
Castaway
again.
Ray flees media circus, and the second one, which tells a story in itself, very banned for Castaway. I guess.
He's not allowed to Rotterdam anymore. Zeebrugge.
I mean, you
Can't listen to Brian Ferry. None of it.
BBC News, 10th of March 2000. He was picked up by a launch paid for by the Mirror newspaper, which took him to Tarrantay, to a former whaling station at a place I can't pronounce on the Isle of Harris. His arrival started a media scrum, with rival journalists' cars blocking the roads as they argued as to who was to get the first interview with him. The Mirror won, but when they drove him away to Stornoway, he suddenly jumped out of the paper's car and leapt into a taxi and lost the chasing media pack.
Wow, it's like Jason Bourne. Racing Bourne.
He later caught a second taxi to the offices of the Stornoway Gazette, where staff, all three of them, who saw that he was bleeding from a mouth injury, paid for his ride.
That's because I read this. He tried to shave in the back of the car and cut his face up. Yeah, right.
The taxi driver.
You wouldn't know Ray if he didn't have a beard, would you?
The taxi driver, who did not wish to be named, said that his fare smelled very badly. He had not washed for a while. Later, journalists spotted him in a local paper's van and followed it to a Stornoway ferry port where he bought a ticket to Ullapool. He shouted at the press pack, "I'll tell the world in May what happened to me. You will have some story then. Now, get lost, the lot of you." On Friday morning, the paper which lost the Castaway, the Mirror, claimed that Bowyer went on a boozy rampage at a Stornoway supermarket and was found hiding in a clump of bushes. Castaway 2000's executive producer Jeremy Mills said that he had been told Bowyer was only bleeding as he tried to shave his beard off to get the media off his tail. But wait,
Dr. Richard Kimball in The Fugitive.
What? Like, not in a pub or a bar. He just went into a Lidl and started opening bottles.
It's getting lower and lower, sinking lower.
No more nick, no more stealing, no more running into off license and seeing how much we can drink before the police show up.
Castaway outcast Ray Bowyer has been banned from official ferries to the island where the BBC series is being filmed. Producer Jeremy Mills appealed to the other boat operators not to take the Salford builder, who left the show in March after a row with the other castaways, to Tarrantay in the Western Isles. He said, "Of course, our official boat people do what we ask because they have a contract with us.
Can you call them that?
Charon. Do you have to give him an obel before you can cross?
We cannot stop the other boat crews from doing what they want to do. We hope they will respect the privacy of the other castaways." When he left the island, Mr. Bowyer said that there was too little food and too much work. That's it. That's his hot take, his scoop.
So did we get anything else that, like...
So apparently, I've read around this, and there's stuff in there about him opening supermarkets after this. And I'm sure
and then
I've read
running in
thing.
and necking all the rose.
I'm sure I've read elsewhere that he worked at a supermarket as well, and I think it's probably more of the latter.
Like a greeter. Happy to help.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't put him in the booze aisle, would you?
No.
Ray's taking all the security tags off again.
At some point as well, he passed away. So he is no longer with us. So I
feel bad.
That is the Ballad of Ray, ladies and gentlemen. It is a wild ride.
If you know Ray or you knew, I want to know how much, like, if he did sell his story and how much he got them. Because
and was he really this character, or have we just seen the worst of him?
He's not got $4,000 off the papers like he was going to at the end of this.
No,
they'll give him what, 200.
He's not said anything. He's not his main take. Apart from this, the main thing that he had to say was that the castaways were sleeping with one another, which we kind of guessed at already. Yeah, and it's Philly and the Irish lad Poe Ray slapping boots. I don't know.
Playing flipsy flopsy.
Yes. That's his main take, and nobody gives a shit.
No, again, if he came out and did the interviews, bang, 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 with everyone right after he come out, he could have made some coin. But the fact that he went through this whole Machiavellian monarch and Bagan disguise kit type
fantastic
thing. And then was like, "I'll tell you in May." No one's going to give a fuck in May, mate.
No.
Big Brother starts soon.
That's right. Yeah.
Like,
why in May?
Until we get his story straight. Yeah, get one off like
Brian Ferry, Brian May. It's all looking at.
Oh my God. Ray and May. Now, I get to a supermarket and just go mental in the soft mixers aisle.
Get in the water, or I'll kiss your daughter. Drinking from a puddle, giving her a cuddle. Nasty facts.
chance in a million Steve Irwin got stung by the stingray. And I say, serve you right. Lovely bloke, though.
Wow, Lofty's a loose cannon, isn't he? He hates Ray Mears, understandable. He hates the other one, understandable.
Yeah.
I bet he fucking hates that Ant Middleton prick.
Oh, who doesn't?
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't? But Steve Irwin, no.
Mr. No longer allowed to own businesses, Ant Middleton.
Yeah, Mr. Just for men, Ant Middleton.
Yeah.
In more ways than one, allegedly.
Ooh.
I don't know, I've just made that up.
Which is fine.
Nah, he's never going to listen. Technology, innit? But Steve Irwin, no. We'll not hear nothing said bad about Steve Irwin.
Agreed.
Yeah. Lovely bloke, though, but deserves to get stung through the heart.
Yeah, deserved to, have a barb through the heart. A cold motherfucker, isn't he?
Mate, Lofty's wasted more fools than you've had hot dinners.
I think the last thing I would like to say myself about Ray is actually probably in his own words from the book.
Oh, yes.
And I haven't read this. All I have read is the following line. It's on the back of a bit of a story about his diary. And it says, a poem followed. And his words are, Mark, my first try, and I will get better, I hope. So obviously they were writing the diaries to Mark, the writer of the book.
Right.
So that's evidently why they were doing
Not
the
to
diaries.
you.
No, not to me.
I'm going to choose to believe that they are to Mark.
Yes,
that
me
would be
too.
great. Well, I'm the only one with the book, so
I know. I might get the audio.
and the poem is, and I haven't read the poem, so this could be brilliant or terrible or whatever.
Right.
It's called Tarrantay. The wind blows and delivers ice to your bones. You will never find shelter and warmth. Why call, shout, scream? You will only hear stillness and quiet. The rain falls sideways, it in your face. In your heart you know Tarrantay is not your place. Every day, looking at the sky, your life passes by. You do not notice. There is only me to try. Try, what more can I do? To make my life become easy, there was work, rest, no play. Here, alas, on old Tarrantay. And
Jack and Jolt Boy. Did he write that in the Bothy? He had a spiritual moment
but
I
think that's quite a nice way to end the tale of Ray.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It rhymes, so there's a tip.
Yeah, the way it's written though, it's. I had to try and kind of, as I was reading it, try and figure out which bit was the rhyming bit and try and yeah.
I mean, I just don't think he had the best times there, to be honest.
No. A tortured soul.
But also saying him that like there was all work and no play, mate. He was caning bottles of whiskey and fucking about with a monk. Like
that sounds like a lot of play to me. Yeah,
that's proper fun. I kind of do want to find out I'm going to try and I'll have to, I don't know, microfiche or whatever somewhere of the spinny, the actual headline I
have tried to read them.
It would be somewhere, but yeah. So that's Ray. Ray's gone from the island, never to return. I genuinely think that was his plan all along. I think Ben Fogel says
somebody says that, don't they? Yeah.
I think he came and his plan was always to go and tell his story as soon as he could.
He came, he saw,
but he
drank several tons of Tennant's beer.
But he
faltered. I don't know.
Turns out he only gave one interview, and that was that. So
yeah, it wasn't much.
It's maybe he had a change of heart.
I see him opening supermarkets after this on the back of that.
I can see him I can't even see him being given the keys to a supermarket to open up.
opening a Londis or maybe a Shoe Zone. But yeah,
a bridge.
No, he's condemned.
That's a bridge too far.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it feels like maybe he did that one because he was contractually like the Mirror was like, "We rescued you. You've got to give us the interview." And then he had a change of heart and was like,
"You don't own me."
Yeah. Again, he was a wild, free, drunk spirit. And to be fair, isn't that all of us? Isn't there a bit of Ray?
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
Isn't there a bit of Ray in all of us? Really, just not so childish.
There'll never be another one like him. Thank fuck.
And he's from Salford, which,
explains it all.
Explains a lot.
R.I.P. Ray, I guess.
R.I.P. Ray. It's a shame about Ray.
Yeah, very good.
Your favourite lines and there was no bit at the end actually either of like coming up next because I think this was the end of that run, wasn't it? Yeah. So
blind open to the next one.
Coming up now. I think we're back to ours as well for the next one. Your favourite lines from the episode?
We've got about 4 tea bags left, so I'm staying. You're staying? No.
Gross misconduct. Yeah, okay, goodbye.
I'm ready to go. Come and get me off.
There was work, rest, no play. Here, alas, on old Tarrantay. Bye.
Oh no, that's from 1978.